You're listening to Hey Pal, What's New with John, Alex, and Greg. Hey Pal, What's New is a product of Sack of Sin Entertainment. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all other social media platforms. Hey Pal, What's New can be found on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all other podcast locations. Or check us out at sackofsin.com or heypalwhatsnew.com. Warning, Hey Pal, What's New contains explicit content. John, Alex, and Greg are a pair of vulgar Gen Xers. If you are easily offended, please stop listening and go download a nice tame podcast like the Goop Podcast. You have been warned.
What's that one? The minivan.
The minivan. Give him the minivan. I like the minivan. Give him the minivan.
I love a minivan. Hey, everybody, guess what? It's Friday night in the CCC. It's Hey Pal, What's New? And I'm Greg, and that's John Alex over there, that bald-headed fuck.
Just plain old fucking water. Oh, my God, dude. Someone said to me today, they're like, oh, you shaved your head again? I'm like, yeah. They go, it looks like a nutsack. And I go, wait a minute.
That's not fair.
My head's smooth and bald. What kind of nutsacks are you looking at?
Yeah, usually it looks like elephant skin to me.
Yeah. Some bubble gum in the rug.
Yeah, exactly.
No bubble gum in the rug.
Who put the bubble gum in the... We're very singy today. Yeah, because it's...
Well, after that trailer.
Oh, I know, right? Oh, we can't wait to hit the trailers. We got so much good stuff coming your way.
Good stuff.
I actually watched a new TV show.
Me too.
John saw a bunch of movies.
I saw some movies, watched some new TV shows. I did it all.
There's a ton of news and there's a ton of music too, believe it or not. So, including some freaking thing from some small little Bay Area band that put out an album.
Bay Area band that put out an album?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's a small little freaking band. I don't know. Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, so we're here, and it's the CCC, and it's Friday night. It's freaking summertime out, dude. It's like 80.
Summertime and I don't know the words of that fucking song.
That's all you have to do. I convinced you. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. Everybody go, la la la. No, it's meow, 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 meow.
All right.
Yeah, I have to finally break down and put my AC in, so that kind of...
Oh, no.
You like how I segue there, AC, and, about what's going on with me. But first, we're going to start with you, because I always like to ask you, Foist. What's new with you there, Lobot?
Lobot? Wow. Hold on.
Coming in hot.
I have to do it like this?
Anyway.
We're a low-budget production. You get what you fucking get. Child slave labor. Nothing like child labor.
Sackofsin.com / Sackofsin sweatshop. Say that 10 times fast. Get yourself a t-shirt and a sticker. Anyway, before I go into my stupid diatribes, what's been going on with you there, Sailor Boy?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, man, just fucking working.
Back to school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
remember we talked a couple weeks ago about the whole paycheck thing? And like how my paychecks were off by like a week now?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it catches up with you.
Oh, really?
I think I got $5 in my pocket. Can I get $5? I'm pumping 5.
Dude, that was me freaking last week. I'm not that far behind there from you, my friend. It's
and it was just a matter of like, all the money was in the bank, so it's like, let's pay all the bills and do all this stuff. And it's like, oh wait, you don't get paid for another 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah, so. well, Zoe's car finally got inspected, so that was another freaking $1,200 on the tube.
What?
Yeah, between that and repairs and
I don't know if that deserves a.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still like the check engine light is still on, but for some reason I was like, I don't know. I just went onto the website and I was like, wait, you're letting me renew it? Okay, cool. Here you go. Here's your money. Fuck off. Give me my piece.
Shit.
Who cares? But anyway, yeah, nothing. My week, I had such a week.
You put the AC in.
I did. I put the AC. My freaking man boobs were sweating.
Oh.
Yeah, I was sitting there, and I had both windows open, and like midweek it started to get warmer.
Right.
And I remember Manala was like, "Yeah, we should put in the AC units in her apartment." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Just let me know. I'll go get them in the shed and stuff." But then it was breezy, so she's like, don't worry about it." I'm like, "Okay." And then I finally broke down today. I had both windows up, and like right under here,
the underboob,
my man tits were sweating. I was like, "Time to break out the old AC."
I just put on a bra.
Yeah, that's what do you
Or stick some paper towels under your titties. Just lift up your titty. You put a towel under there. Towels under your titties.
Towel under titties. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. But yeah, the AC was put in the window, and the beginning of the week, I went to me and the lovely, better-looking half went to Atlantic City to the Borgata for a couple days. Let me tell you, dude. You asked. You were talking to me when I came in here. You're like, "Man, you just seem so." Like, yeah, dude. 3 days of just like turn off your phone, turn off all notifications. A couple days, just what we did? We sat in a big ass suite
and fucked.
Actually, really not that. Like maybe once.
Okay.
In 3 days, but like we literally sat in this huge suite eating food and watching TV.
Nice.
We were just like, people like, "Hey, you want to go to the boardwalk? You want to go here? You want to see the?" We're like, I don't know, man. I just need to chill.
You need to just disconnect from everybody.
Yeah, so it was just like at the beginning of the week, I told my job, I was just like, fair warning, Monday through Wednesday, I'm fucking dead. I'm not here.
I'm MIA.
And the ex-wife is freaking blowing up the phone on the text. I was just like, notifications off on everybody. Everybody can go fuck themselves. So yeah, so it was nice. It's a couple days off and got back Wednesday afternoon, and then I was in the office like one day this week.
Nice.
Today, so I'm like, I'm very chill now, which is good. I needed that because man, it's been fucking crazy.
I worked a full week, so I'm good.
Yeah, my kids have spring break next week, so
motherfuckers.
They'll be over for a couple days. I say, "Hey man, you guys are just chilling?" I said, my birthday is Thursday.
Oh, are they taking you out for a strawberry shake?
I hope so. Maybe they'll give me a cookie puss or something.
Cookie or pussy.
No.
Anyway,
that's for your
I'm talking about.
That's for your brother. Patio grimacy. Yeah. So anyway, it's been fun, Phil. It's a good day to chill. So I'm happy to be back in the podcasting, and gigs are flying. We got news about SOSS2 coming at you.
Suck our sweaty scrotums.
See my saggy sack.
That's SMSS.
John, you got any news? Oh, delicious.
What is our little donate button down there?
That little button over there is if you scan that QR code, you can donate to the potty.
Through what app?
Ooh, I believe that is the PaPal app.
Okay, good. Because, dude, news story off the top. Cash App founder Bob Lee, not Bobby Lee from fucking Mad TV
or
and
not
every fucking crazy TV show.
Or not Buddy Lee from those old Lee commercials. I want to be like Buddy Lee.
He's dead.
What?
He was stabbed to death by some other tech startup dude named Zelly. No. His name's Ben.
Venmo.
Ben and Mo, two guys, and their brother Curly.
Peter PaPal. I think
Peter PaPal. He's my PaPal. No, it was some other tech startup dude, Nima Momeni. I don't have any
money?
details, but I have
more money.
Yeah. I need more money. I want more fucking money.
So, in other words, when my Cash App changes to more money, I'm gonna know what happened.
Why.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. I don't have many details behind him. I was shocked because I remember seeing him on Joe Rogan's show, and it's like he's a young dude. He was
Peter Pal.
Peter Pal.
Peter
PaPal. PaPal.
You threw me off with the Zelly one. That was good.
Hey, Zell.
Yeah. Oh, God. What are all the freaking OnlyFans people going to do?
Oh, no. How am I going to tip her?
I know. I love my Cash App. I use that shit all the time. Oh, well.
So
sorry.
Sorry.
Don't fuck up my app.
Other news, I know you're a Stranger Things fan. We're all Stranger Things fan. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Eddie Munson is getting a proper origin story.
Thank God.
They are doing a pre-season 4, official season 4 prequel novel.
Oh.
So you're going to have to fucking read.
Oh, shit.
Or get the audiobook. Hopefully it's the audiobook and it's, like, dramatized.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be fucking awesome.
Oh, my God. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's such a popular character. You know, next season he's going to be resurrected at some point. It's It's the baby Grogu after season 2. Well, freaking Disney was like...
until we get to that one.
Disney was like, what the fuck are you doing, Favreau? Put him back in there. I don't care how you do it. Get that little green motherfucker back in here.
That's right. Well, he wasn't even supposed to be in there. It was like a last-minute character Grogu.
Yeah.
They just threw him in last minute. It was like, let's put like a little Yoda kid who's got force powers. Speaking of which, Mia Goth, not really speaking of which, she's about to enter the MCU via Blade. They haven't said what she's going to play, what her part's going to be.
I heard it might be Dracula's daughter. If in the comic books, there's I forget her name. It's not Vampira or something like that. And somebody was speculating that, it could be Dracula's daughter who's actually been in the comics and stuff. So,
okay. I'll take
I always
that.
get her mixed up with Jenny Ortega, so... But
not anymore.
I love me some Mia Goth. Maxine coming out soon, too. That's filming.
Mia Goth got no eyebrows.
She really doesn't.
No. It's a little weird for me. Sorry.
Somebody get a Sharpie. Fix that. I don't like thick eyebrows anyway.
Dude, I don't know if this is my favorite story of the day, but apparently Kiss had to pause their most recent concert because Gene was feeling a bit woozy.
I saw that.
They finished the concert with him sitting on a stool and playing. I'm just like, on a stool? I hope he fucking goes out like Elvis.
Did you see? He looked like he was sitting on a shitter.
Oh, well,
yeah. He was just sitting over there like that. I mean, look, we goof on Kiss all the time. Like, I listened to that by the soundboard thing.
Apparently, that I talked to Joe Tama about that. He
I
said,
saw that.
Oh
too.
yeah, no, we were at the New Haven Coliseum, and I'm like, but I remember being picked up in front of the Mid-Hudson Civic Center for a concert.
Yeah, I don't know, but man, I listened to that soundboard album. Oh boy! Now, bad. Look, everybody's
Why would you publish that?
I know. They put everything out.
True.
I mean, Gene's got a fucking vault that's like, it comes in a safe, and it's like 5 gazillion. Like, who would need all that shit? But man, I mean, we were talking about tracks. I was like, shit, put the tracks back on, man. This is fucking rough. But out of all of them, Gene is, and I'm listening to that soundboard one, and Paul Stanley sounds like shit in '84. Yeah. I was like, holy crap. I never realized he was that bad. Soundboard, let me tell you something from experience. Soundboard mixes are fucking, they're scary.
Yeah.
Because you can't polish that turd. It's out there in the open. So, I mean, good on them. I mean, out of all of them, Gene can still sing. So, I got a softy spot for him, even though he blocked me on Twitter.
Fuck.
Because I told him he was a fucking hack.
Good.
And the Kiss
I'm
Army
surprised you
came
even
after
paid
me.
attention that you commented enough to block you.
Well, I think we talked about it on the pod before where, like, I made some comment and he retweeted it and said goodbye because I was like, I've been a fan for 35 years and now you're a fucking chill and blah, blah, blah. I used to constantly harass him on Twitter. Now look, I'm
you
chill.
You and Jimmy Norton.
I'm chill now. I don't have to worry.
I'm chill. Gene, can we be friends again?
Exactly. I respect Gene, man. I mean, he's one, like I said about Nikki Sixx. He was one of my bass heroes. He still is.
Aww.
So
I can't not look at pictures of Motley Crue now and not see old like Nosferatu in the back.
Fucking Count Chocula, yeah.
Well, Nick. Speaking of music stars, former Drake and Josh child star and child predator, Drake Bell. We can call off the dogs. Drake Bell has been found alive and well in Daytona Beach.
Thank God.
Someone filed a missing person report. It was like, good.
Now, is he the fat one or the former fat one? Or no,
he's the skinny one.
He's the other one.
This is the first I've heard of Drake Bell since, his trial where he pled guilty to all these like felony child luring charges where he was like sexting and shit with this underage girl online.
Naughty boy. It's that Dan Snyder disease. Everybody who worked with him starts to become a fucking foot fetish perv. Good on him, but yeah, well, he's found. Good.
Well, under a huge umbrella of news, HBO Max in their joint combining with Discovery Plus under one umbrella are now rebranding as just Max.
I always think of the Grinch's dog.
Yes.
Max.
And a bunch of new things were announced under that. You got I don't know. We don't need this. They're remaking all the Harry Potter books as a TV series. 10 seasons they've bought.
Well, they're going to make each
10-year adaptation of all the books.
Each book is going to be a season, which, look, full disclosure, I think I got third, fourth movie, and then I tapped out.
Oh, I've seen them all multiple times.
Oh, I know. You're a huge Harry Potter fan. This might give me the opportunity to be like, I don't have any skin in the game, so I'll be like, I've seen the first three. Obviously, I know. I've seen clips of the other ones and stuff.
Right.
Just wasn't necessarily my particular brand of vodka. So I was like, all right, well, maybe this will,
Well, I kind of, at first I was like, man, it's too soon. But then I think about, like, shit that we watched that they resurrect when we were little kids, that they were resurrected 20 years later, or...
They resurrect Spider-Man every 5 years.
Yeah.
So... it could be interesting. It gives them the opportunity for now. From what I also understand too about the books is that they're super detailed.
Right.
So you're trying to shove all that into 2-hour movie.
Right.
Some of them like Deathly Hallows. When did Deathly Hallows? While you're on the subject, when did
Deathly Hallows they split into two, part 1 and part 2, and that was in 2010 and 2011.
Okay, so it's been. It's been like 12 years since the last one, so
and
sure.
That's where when I thought about it that way, it just seems like it was so not that long ago. And I was like, no, it's about about time for that. Maybe they'll throw Daniel Radcliffe in there in a cameo for as his father, James Potter.
Yeah, there you go. They'll probably do something like that, and like at the same time, like I said, when you have that much, that many episodes, like we always complain about the documentaries being 8 parts and an hour each. It's like something like that where the books are so rich and there's so many characters and so many things. If you did a 10-episode series, an hour each on just the Sorcerer's Stone, good math. I thought you were a math teacher.
I did.
But I'm saying like 10 hours, you can really freaking get in there, but whatever.
And they'll probably do like what they do some of the other properties HBO Max has been doing. Enrich it with like more content, more stuff, add things we might not have seen.
Yeah, and what's interesting about dropping the HBO from it, like that is HBO is such a brand. Like when you see HBO, you're like, that's quality freaking shit. Taking that away,
think it's a big mistake.
I don't know. At the same time, it also has that they have so much other Warner Brothers. I think the confusion is first of all with HBO Max.
Run, the cops are coming. Warner Brother.
WWB Michigan J Frog. Just threw me off there. No, I mean one of the things that I always complain about with HBO Max is I love the content. I can't fucking find it.
Oh, I know, it's so disorganized.
So hopefully
the
they're
most disorganized thing out there.
And they have, now they have the Discovery stuff. They have DC. They have all this other stuff. It's like, wait, DC used to have an app. Remember HBO? It used to be HBO Go. Then it was HBO Now.
Yep.
Then it was HBO Max. And you're like, which one am I supposed to? And then they finally got rid of it. Now they're just going to be Max. It's like, all right, as long as the content is still good. Call it fucking Pecker Pete's. I don't care.
Ooh, I'd watch that.
I mean, it's not like...
Well, they announced a couple other things like the Welcome to Derry.
Yeah, we talked about that too.
It prequel. Mm-hmm. And I got to say this slowly. Dunk and egg. Because it sounds like you're saying dunk and egg.
Dunk and egg.
Yo, a dunk and egg?
Easter's over, motherfucker.
Dunk and egg are finally coming to HBO. It's, for those who don't know, it's a Game of Thrones prequel series.
Yeah.
About a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, the Hedge Knight. It was the book.
Hey, look, man, I'm all in on that. Ever since House of the Dragon, I still haven't started Game of Thrones, but man, now I got that.
You know what? You got time. Because now that Dunk and Egg is coming out.
I prefer Starbucks.
Well, see, the whole thing, this takes place as like the Age of Dragons, like while people still, there's still people who remember the Age of, there's no more dragons, but there's still people who alive who remembered. It's like the end of the Age of Dragons.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
But it's more spinoffs. I mean, more gooder. I mean, as long as they, keep that quality, I'm fine with it.
I love shit set in the past, like with castles and medieval type stuff. That's like my favorite stuff. That and the future. Nothing about this time. I don't want to be here.
The past and future.
Well, yeah. Well, if you think about it, why do you watch TV and shit? To escape all his the mundane everyday life. And
we went through that reality TV show phase, and now Survivor's still on season 30 gazillion. I don't who watches it besides my brother and his wife. I think they're the only two that watch it.
They must be
that and Big Brother.
Well, you ready from What the Fuck news? Ooh. I wish I had a What the Fuck was What the Fuck thing.
We have the What the Fuck was that?
Where is it? You know what? I don't think I have it on anymore because we don't freaking.
We don't have that page. Yeah. That was short lived. We tried that and yeah.
I guess.
Hey, look,
this video. Hey, what the fuck is that?
Balls.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. Maybe we'll find it later in post.
I stumbled upon this article about this male chess player who I believe is Kenyan. It was funnier when he was Nigerian, because I was like, I gave his dad a shit ton of money. The crown prince of Nigeria.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I sent him some money. I sent him my Social Security. Well, I don't know what happened with that, but
a poor Kenyan chess player, college student, dresses up in a burqa and pretends to be a Muslim woman so he can enter this chess competition and win money, and won, and that's how he got caught. But because nobody's going to say anything, they'll be like, well, I don't want to offend them. But what got me was, as reading the article, I hit this line. It says, the bizarre scene follows another major chess scandal that took the world by storm in late 2022, which included wild accusations of using technology, including vibrating anal beads.
What?
To signal winning moves after a teenage newcomer beat a world champion at a high stakes tournament. It's like, what are they? I've seen the things that you give your girlfriend or your wife. Did you fart while you were laughing? It sounded like it. You put down their pants.
I think I'm choking.
You can hit the button and be like, hey, honey.
I've used
they
those
called?
Love Sense. They call it. I used it one day. I have an app. Full disclosure, I've used it a few years ago. It was like fucking playing I felt like I was DJ Jazzy Jeff. I'm like.
I just picture this kid sitting there playing chess with vibrating anal beads and someone in the back tapping Morse code like what? Oh,
the ship has sea.
The commentators, well, the competition today is pretty stiff. So that's about all I got to say about my guess.
John, you got any news? My head is itchy. I don't know.
My balls are itchy.
Crabs. Anyway. Yeah, so, there's a ton of news out there, but there are also, I guess we can go to our news segment now. Do you have that?
Now, hold on there 1 second here, young fella. I was thinking about maybe the two of us get down in the old pickup truck, lead on down to the Piggly Wiggly, turn around the corner and hit one of them movie plexes where we can go sit down and eat a tub of popcorn and check out some preview.
We might have to cut that one down.
I listen to that and I'm like, I feel like it's like a mixture of like redneck and Old West.
Yeah.
And I'm like, somebody's been playing a lot of Red Dead.
Yeah,
exactly. Why don't you come on over here, help me with this? We can go out and get that rapscallion.
Yeah, well, we have to. Let's go down to the sheriff's station and cornhole a few drunk. Yeah, so there's as usual, the reason I wrote that freaking 9-minute epic. Yeah, a ton of trailers.
Trailers.
Yeah. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with the Penguin, man. Which is interesting because I don't know if this is they're putting a lot out there and taking a huge risk doing that, because how many times have we seen I don't know, they promise you all this shit and then don't deliver? I know they're in production and it's almost done, but that if you look at that, that's not an actual trailer. It's a now in production trailer.
Yeah,
that's why it's coming in 2024.
Now it's like the teaser trailer, the teaser for the teaser trailer, and then the regular trailer. We were talking about it before we got a mic. It's like, stop giving away the farm, man. I mean, we all get excited when a trailer. Trailers are always my favorite.
But how about you drop me a trailer after it's done?
No, it looks. I mean, look, it looks good. It's not like they're not going to. It looks like it takes place right after the Batman.
Yep.
Colin Farrell killing it. It should be interesting. Like I said, it's kind of like with the Star Wars news now, where it's good. We talked about it last week that they have a plan. Don't tell me that anything's going on.
But did James Gunn come out and say nobody has any idea what my plan is?
No. Well, all the stuff that he talked about James Gunn, that's only like a portion of like the 20 some odd projects. Look, I'm fine with that. If you tell me, don't tell me that something's coming out unless you're on set day one taking a picture and being like, here, it started. And even those sometimes don't. We all remember old freaking Back to the Future, talking about our man Michael J. Fox. There's some footage out there of
Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz, which that's a very rare thing. But they're in production day one. There's a film, and even that they're like taking little sneaky pictures and it's.
But that was actual footage they shot too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They were like deep in the freaking production, and they were like this fucking redhead doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Let's get old Alex P. Keaton. Let's get old freaking Alex P. Keaton in there. I tried to watch Light of Day. It wasn't on Amazon. The video for Light of Day, the music video was on.
Oh,
but not the actual movie.
I have a copy. I meant to give it to you. I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, no, it's a classic. I was gonna watch it today, and I was just like, damn it, I can't find it.
The other trailer was, I sent that to you while Kate and I were at the movies, and it was like the first. It's so rare that I go to the movies and they have a trailer I haven't seen.
Yeah, you've done that twice. That was that other Norwegian one that you sent me.
The Norwegian, the Finnish John Wick / Mr. Nobody.
John Wick.
Demeter, which basically takes place in the whole fucking cruise of Dracula coming over to America.
It looks awesome.
Does.
It's there's a million Dracula takes. I was watching a show, one of our movie whatever shows, and they were talking about that. They were talking about Renfield, and now there's another
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu's coming out.
Which
Blade, there's
Nicholas Hoult, who's in Renfield, is Renfield in Renfield, is in Nosferatu. And I was reading an article about it's a huge gamble him taking a role in 2 different Dracula movies right now. That's a big thing.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Renfield, but I think that's going to be more of a cult classic kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to set the world on fire. I am anxious to see it, just because I love Nicolas Cage. I'll take Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Dude, I can't do Nicolas Cage.
I can't do Nicolas. Who can? Nick Cage can do Nick Cage.
Yeah, I'll work on it.
Yeah.
I can do not the bees! Not the bees! Honey child! Stay strong, honey child! He was awesome in freaking Kick-Ass. Freaking Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's awesome in everything.
But it looks like a really good, interesting horror movie. And there's 2 one of the movies I didn't get to see I do still want to see is The Pope's Exorcist. With Fat Russell Crowe.
Fat Russell Crowe. The Pope said Exorcist, pass it on. I'm starting to hear reviews of it. It's from what I people have reviewed it and they said, well, it's not really reinventing the wheel, but it's one of the better exorcism movies, out there. It's Fat Russell Crowe chewing up the scenery. I'll take it, with a bad Italian accent. Why not?
And then you had this one. You sent me this one. And I said that the site I go to that I usually get my trailers from hasn't updated their trailer section in over a week.
I know,
so I think I have to find a new place to watch trailers. Because that's where I always get the new announcements of trailers. There's got to be a good place to go to get all these, because they always have TV and other ones.
Yeah, if anybody has a recommendation on a trailer, if it's a YouTube trailer site or something like that,
yeah,
let us know, because
it's always also even TV show trailers, all that shit. But I'm surprised I didn't know about the Marvels trailer.
Yeah, I get reaction trailers from my other shows, and then I'm like, wait, there's a trailer? Now I have to find the original trailer, because I don't want to see some fucking Jamoke watching a trailer, Yeah, seriously. No, but there's got to be a better way, besides, the old days of going into the movies.
But that Marvel's trailer looks so good.
I know.
And Kate said, she's like, oh, does this mean I have to watch Miss Marvel now? I'm like, yeah.
Everybody should watch Miss Marvel.
Yes.
That was one of the later Disney Plus Marvel shows that was really good.
Yep.
And that director is the one that's doing the Star Wars Rey movie.
Although there's a lot of talk about how the ending of that show was a little rushed and ham-fisted because of COVID and shit.
Yeah, there's certain limitations. People give shit about Obi-Wan too. It's look, you got to work with what you have. Yep. At that point, But yeah, I saw that trailer and I love. I'm glad that the trailer tropes, as I like to call them, they didn't take a song and slowed it down and made it different. But it's, like they've always do that now.
Yeah, it was,
they played Intergalactic by Beastie Boys straight up.
But see,
it wasn't like Intergalactic.
But see,
Jazz and AWOL, that's my team.
One of my favorite things that uses that song is in the Star Trek movie.
Yeah,
where he's driving that fucking Corvette towards the cliff. That's like an amazing scene. It's like I can't hear that song now and not picture that scene from that movie.
Yeah, and I'm not like a huge Star Trek like show watcher like you are, but like the ones with Chris Pine were great.
Oh, Chris Pine in a Chris Pine tree.
Chris Pine tree.
Well, every year at Christmas we put a picture of Chris Pine on a Christmas tree.
Oh.
It's Chris Pine in a Chris Pine tree.
Nice, good stuff. Yeah, no, the trail looks good. I like how they're like kind of flipping between. They gave you a little bit, but not much.
Not too much. Thank God.
And of course, it looks like the character who plays Ms. Marvel is stealing the show.
Yes, thank God.
She's awesome.
Is this an Avengers tryout?
Yeah, she's just floating in space. It's like, you're Nick Fury. Like she's a good change of pace.
Yes. Which is why I'm very hopeful too. We said this last week with Blue Beetle, where I think it's going to be because that takes place in Mexico.
I don't think
it's a very Hispanic thing.
It's a Hispanic cast.
Yes, and they're leaning on the Hispanic heritage as part of their thing, which I don't know if that's part of the original because I don't know that much about Blue Beetle. But It's just nice that I like when they do that because that ethnic background is an integral part of the story.
Yeah, and you get to learn about stuff. Like anybody who didn't watch, there's two shows. There's the Watchmen show that they did on HBO. I learned about the Tulsa.
Yep.
The riot there in Tulsa, which we didn't learn that stuff in history
books. Which was also a huge plot point of Lovecraft Country.
Yes, yeah, that's true. And then with Ms. Marvel, you learn all about the partition.
Yeah, I had no idea what the hell that was, and I had to look it up.
We didn't learn that shit in school. We learned about fucking, old wooden teeth fucking...
George Washington had wooden teeth. No, he did not. His teeth were made of human teeth. They were.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine that, having somebody else's teeth in your mouth?
No. I have a hard enough time accepting someone's tongue in my mouth.
Oh, I know, right? Hey, that's for episode 69.
Coming from a guy with a head like a fucking nutsack.
We haven't put that over the paywall yet, but we're working on it. It was episode 68 and then 70. I don't know what happened to that one.
The long lost episode.
The long lost episode. It'll come out someday. Strap in, kids, and I ain't talking about a seatbelt.
Strap on, kids.
That's gonna be dark.
There was one other trailer. I feel like you had another one.
Well, I showed you the one about the Disney Plus show,
Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Yes, they're doing a show, and it looks freaking hilarious.
Oh my God, it looks so good.
Like we talk about me and Violet about that Muppet movie with Jason Segel.
Oh, it's
so criminally underrated. Like that movie is like there's like the Muppet movie. The Muppets Take Manhattan, and then that.
Yeah.
I mean, the songs, I'm a Muppet of a man.
The thing is, you can tell because he fucking loves the Muppets.
Yeah, and it looks like whoever did this Dr. Teeth TV show that they have on Disney Plus truly loves
the Muppets.
Because they tried after that. They had a movie after that one that was and then they did that like Office reality TV show with the Muppets that was garbage. I'm like, you have, and they did eventually put it on Disney Plus, and I did watch a ton of those episodes. The old Muppet shows.
Yeah, Mark Hamill.
Yeah, Mark Hamill, Alice Cooper, Elton John.
David Bowie.
I watched all those, like I cherry picked the ones I wanted to see. But you had that premise.
Right.
And it's 2023. Like, just fucking do that.
Yeah.
We need like the old school variety show.
Variety show.
Yeah. So, but this show is all about. It's kind of not a documentary of sorts, but like they say, all these people, they have cameos galore.
Oh God, everybody.
Tommy Lee and Kevin Smith and Weird Al Yankovic. And
you had me at Kevin Smith.
Yeah. And he's directing their music video or something. It's so funny.
Well, you think about the premises, they've never recorded an album, so this movie's all about how popular they are, and they've never had an album out.
Yeah.
And they're going to record an album, and I'm like, oh my God, I never really thought about it. Like, they were always just playing a song, and it was like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
Yeah, they're like 45, in the trailer, it's like 45 years, they've never recorded an album. So somebody's like, why aren't we, they're doing like, they're trying to, cash in on TikTok. Look, go onto the Hey Pal, What's New
Yes.
Facebook page and watch it. It's freaking hysterical. I cannot wait. I
cannot
love
wait
everything.
either.
I love everything Muppet. So that was a welcome surprise. So yeah, I think that was it pretty much with the trailers that I can think of.
Now, hold on there 1 second here, young fella. I was thinking about maybe the two of us get down in the old pickup truck, lead on down to the Piggly Wiggly, turn around the corner and hit one of them movie places where we can go sit down and eat a tub of popcorn and check out some previews.
Fun fact, on GarageBand, you have 8 measures.
8 measures?
It's like, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. You could change it.
Oh.
But the standard is 8, so I just did 8, and I'm like, that's about 30 seconds. Wow. It's like a commercial. But anyway, yeah, we'll shorten that out. But I love that. I find myself doing that all the time. Well, hold on there, young fella. Wait a second. Yeah, so what do you want to do first, man? Do you want to do movies or TV?
Let's go TV. I only watched one new TV show that I can think of.
And I watched the new TV show, too. We'll see if it's the same one.
I doubt it.
Okay.
Mine's on Apple TV.
No, fuck you. I don't. That's the only one I don't freaking subscribe to.
It's called The Last Thing He Told Me.
Which was?
Swallow. No.
Move your hair back.
It is a TV series with Jennifer Garner.
Oh.
And I don't know his name, but it's the guy who plays Jaime Lannister. Not that you would know that in Game of Thrones.
No.
And he's got a daughter, and the whole thing starts, he's like this head software engineer at this tech startup.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing basically kind of starts around like he disappears. But he took off, and he leaves like all this money with his daughter, and leaves his wife this note that says like, has somebody run to his wife with a note that says protect her, meaning his daughter. But now the story's starting to unravel that he lived in Austin at some point, and the FBI is looking for him, and as part of this tech scandal at like Enron, the company they had. Mm-hmm. I don't want to give too much of the plot, but
yeah,
it's a good show. Very cloak and dagger spy. Wow.
Yeah, suck it.
Not really spy. It's very just kind of like mystery-ish. It's a good show. It's very 24.
Oh, I love all that stuff. Yeah, and what's the name of the show again?
The Last Thing He Told Me.
Bend over. So many of them. Put in your favorite ending to that show. No, that's
back.
Yeah, I think I might have to start subscribing to Apple TV.
Yeah, the Apple TV. You probably have it.
I did for like a
isn't
hot
Verizon
second.
your cell provider?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you get it. Like half the time you get it for free through them.
Yeah, but it's like they fucking screwed me on that shit. With
they fucked you with the drive-thru.
They did. They went in. I got the freaking Apple, the Verizon. I got my new phone, and they go, "Hey, guess what? We're gonna give you Apple Music for 3 months." I'm like, "Great." Next thing I know, I get fucking charged $20 for the damn thing. Month 4. I'm like, I don't want this shit. I already pay for fucking Spotify. God dang it.
My wife's asking what I want for dinner.
Bean sprouts.
No,
I don't know. My balls. But yes,
that was the only show I watched.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm enjoying it. There's other stuff I watched I just don't want to talk about because it was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You like I said, all the time you're always taking the bullet and watch these new shows. I actually started a new show and finished it, the whole series.
What?
In like 2 days, I was hooked.
Oh.
It's on Netflix. Oh. It's called Beef. Have you seen the trailer for that?
I've heard of it.
It's got
what's his name from Walking Dead, right?
Yeah, it's got Stephen Young in it, who we all know is Glenn from The Walking Dead, but he's done a lot of other. I mean, he's fucking Academy Award nominated, actor.
Yeah.
Him and Ali Wong. Have you ever Ali Wong? She's a comedian. Guess the ethnicity, but she's a hysterical
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, she's a hysterical comedian. But in this show, she plays it very, very straight. She does a dramatic role.
Okay.
It's basically it's what you think about. Like they follow these two people. Stephen Young's character, he's a contractor. He's kind of washed up. Like he lost all his money, and his parents had to move back to Korea.
I feel like in so many things I watch him, and he's like some sad, pathetic character.
He plays a good sad sack. So he You know, like
That's my new name for him, Sad Sack.
Yeah, he's always trying, and like in the show, like he's, you know, basically it starts off. I'm not going to spoil anything. It would be hard to, because it is kind of, you would like it actually because it is a little heady.
Oh,
like you're like, what the fuck? But the whole premise
go out
is
into the carport and then watch the show. Got it.
In the first episode, he goes to a Lowe's and he's trying to return all these hibachi girls. He's got like 10 of them. And they're like, sir, you don't have your receipt. You've already tried to do this like 3 times. And why do you keep buying these hibachi grills and trying to return them? And he's like, all right, whatever. I'll just try to find the receipt, you know. And he goes back. And then he tries to pull out. And then a car cuts him off. And it's kind of like the Fat Russell Crowe movie, you know, Unhinged, where
now he's all mad and he chases after
her. And all of a sudden, you know, after that incident, he's a down on his luck guy. He's trying to get his family back to Korea. And every time, like, he has this.
It takes place in Korea?
No. Okay. It takes place in, like, Los Angeles or something like that. But, like, after that, there's a big road race, and then they just become, like, obsessed with each other, like, trying to up the other one and get revenge and stuff like that.
Wow.
And Ali Wong's amazing in it. Dare I say, and there are some sex scenes in this thing that you're like, oh, hold on a second. Let me adjust myself.
Damn.
And I don't find her particularly attractive. She's not my particular, you know, taste, but I'm like, oh, damn, she says some stuff in this show. You're like, whoa. Like, there's one scene where she has a gun in her house, and the only reason she has is to masturbate with it. So you're like, good times.
Okay.
But they go down this rabbit hole.
Just try those vibrating anal beads.
Yeah, like exactly. She's super successful, you know, beautiful family, all this stuff like that.
Right.
And he's down on his luck. And it's funny because there's one character, I wish I knew the character's name. I kind of call him Dollar General Jason Momoa. Okay, he looks
Dollar
like
General
it.
Jason Momoa.
Really funny. He's a good character, but like he's you know, he just gets out of jail, and like he's like, I'll lend you the money so you can get, you know, so you can. Basically, his family owned a hotel and they lost it, and he's been trying to do these construction things to get back at it. So you know, Dollar Store Jason Momoa was like, hey man, you know, I got some hustling on the side. Here's $20,000 or like $30,000 to get you started.
Okay.
And what does he do? He takes that $30,000 and he knows that his brother's like a big crypto guy, puts it in there, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make so much money." Day 2, it's down to like $2,000. You're just like, you had the money.
Is this him? George?
No, let me see. He looks a lot different. You'll go all the way back up again. Maybe it's George.
Paul?
No, it's God, where is it?
Isaac?
Could be Isaac.
Is it Danny?
Oh, it could be Isaac. I think it is David Cho. I'll see it once I see his picture.
I mean, that's...
Yeah. See on the first picture there, he's next to Stephen Young.
It does look like a Dollar Store Jason
And he kind of Dollar Store Jason Momoa. But let me tell you, it's also an A24 jam, which they never do. They do movies. I've never seen them do TV.
Yeah.
It is so well done.
I'm going to have to watch this now.
Let me tell you, they're long, you know, they're hour episodes, but I had, like, when I got back from AC, I had some time, and I was like, I love both those characters, like, both those actors, so I'm like, yeah, I'll check it out. And, dude, you go down the rabbit hole with that. By the end, you're just like, what? Like, it's so good. I don't know. I really, really enjoyed it. So if you check it out, it's one of those things that every time I went on Netflix, the trailer came up, and I'm like, let me give it a shot. And then, 2 days later, after 10 episodes,
your eyes are all bloodshot. You're like,
after 10 hours of beef, I'm like, oh my god. So that was the one that I saw.
Give you 10 hours of beef.
As well, you should. But then after that, I think it's all just like our usual. Did you watch Yellow Jackets?
I did not.
You did not. You didn't really miss much.
Okay.
They're starting to lose me a little bit. There is a reveal at the end of the episode where you're like, "Oh, that person lived? Awesome." I won't say who it is, but so you got that.
It's your mom.
Yeah, but other than that, it's really just kind of moving the plot. I don't know. They're kind of losing me. I'm like,
sorry.
when you start episode 3 with cannibalism at the end, you're like, here we go. And now it's just like, now we're
drop off.
Yeah, now we're trying to find so-and-so, and Lottie's doing this and that and that. And you're like, something. I'm really hoping that, like, near the end, they're going to kind of do like even a Mando thing, where like all of a sudden by like the last 2 episodes, you're going to be like, holy shit.
Well, can we get into that?
Yeah, let's
Did
do
that
that.
fucking break your heart?
Oh.
When Mando gets captured?
Yeah. Oh,
When
yeah.
Din Djarin gets captured?
Yeah.
But I love the way they're tying it to the third. What do we call them? The new trilogy?
The sequel trilogy.
The sequel trilogy.
They're making it better.
Okay, they're making it better because they're showing you like where'd those Red Guard come from, where'd this come, and like they're tying all this shit together, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean they're doing what Clone Wars and Rebels did for the prequel series.
Yes,
where the prequel series, everyone's like, yeah, it's a little rough. I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed it.
They're validating them.
They're validating them. Like, okay, well, let's make it better. Now they have this time. You get the red with the Praetorian Guards. I never knew they were made out of Beskar.
No, me neither.
That whole Moff Gideon twist. You're just like, we all knew he was coming back. But I think
I kind of saw that coming though in this episode because when they're walking down that hallway, I'm like, why? The planet was just fucking iced. Why are there lights on? It's a glass planet, man.
Yeah,
but I have to explain to people the reason the planet is glass is because throughout the Mandalorian Wars, it used to be like a very lush jungle planet, but through all their battles, they killed all the vegetation and it turned into like sand. And then when you bomb sand, it turns into glass.
George Glass. No, yeah, but it was, it was one of those things. Everybody got scared with the Jack Black and the Lizzo and this is stupid now. Everybody in these last 2, I'm like, all right, now we're talking. This is nuts.
Well, apparently it's come out that fucking the final episode is going to break some hearts.
Oh, ripping farts and breaking hearts?
Does Din Djarin die or Grogu? Or does Grogu get captured?
They ain't going to kill the Grogu.
Oh, they're going to kill the goo.
They can't kill the goo. How about him in the IG-12 now?
Oh, my God. No,
yes.
yes.
I've seen some of my diehard Star Wars fans were like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, come on.
And when he sees no squeeze me. The little freaking Baba Freak guy.
I love those guys.
He's like, no squeeze.
I know, you got it. Look, we all goof, like we talk about it's so serious. It is for kids. Some of that stuff. Let it go, man. Just let him do his stupid thing with it. Yes. No. I mean, it was cute. So you get a little. That's why I love about Mandalorian is that as much as I love Andor, is like top shelf. Mandalorian has got a mixture of both.
Right.
You get the kiddie stuff and the goofy stuff, and you also get the serious stuff. So
I wonder who they're going to kill off on this because it sounds like they're killing somebody.
Well, the big theory that everybody's talking about is does everybody think like the Armorer is in on it? Do you think she's the other spy?
Oh, maybe.
Because you look at her helmet, she's got the horns.
Yep.
All the Mandalorians that followed Darth Maul when he had the Darksaber all just made Maul. Their made his helmet. They all made the helmets look like him, and she's got points in her helmet. Everybody's like, speculate.
Oh, I didn't even think of that angle.
'Cause everybody's going in with freaking jetpacks and guns and all kinds of shit, and then freaking she's in there with a hammer. She's like,
King.
Oh, let me get out. And then, when they were like, they had the injured ones, like she's like, okay, let me get all these guys out. And you guys go ahead. I'll take these back up to the ship.
Yep.
I don't know. If that's the way, that ain't the way. I don't know.
Well, did you hear? I saw that they wanted to try and pay Pedro Pascal voice actor rates for doing that show.
I mean,
you could put anybody in that fucking suit.
He doesn't, and there's a whole talk about, I think there was a little bit of, they were talking about how him and Kathleen Kennedy weren't getting along about this whole, I think to that extent, where it's like, and everybody was saying in the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, it's like, you got freaking Pedro Pascal, this actor, we
don't even see him.
I mean, go on TikTok and look up Pedro Pascal daddy issues. Have a blast.
Yeah.
The man is a hunka burning, and you got a freaking helmet on him the whole time, And all he has to do is just do what, I mean, why are you gonna do Joel dirty like that?
I know.
But it's not, and I feel like that too, where I'm just like, Look, freaking Bo-Katan's walking around with no freaking helmet on. Half the crew, it's like, can you let the man take his helmet off once in a while?
Yeah.
I think by the end of this season, it's going to flip. I think my prediction, TV over there, is that the armor's in on it.
Yep.
She's loyal to the.
See, now I was thinking the whole time she was like doing all this so that she could be the one who rides the Mythosaur and rules Mandalore.
And that song's coming out soon. I got those. Ride the Mythosaur. Watch out for the Rancor. But yeah, I mean, I think that she's gonna turn, and then Din's gonna be like, "What the fuck? I've been following this creed. Take off my helmet." Because now the only other character, Mandalorian wise, that when they take their helmet off, you're gonna know is Jon Favreau, and he did.
He did.
Oh,
dude, he was shooting so much that thing was melting. That
my God, I felt so bad.
And then he pulls out that vibrating knife. I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that?
Well, he's got nothing left.
He did a lot.
The freaking Praetorian Guards, man. Those guys are freaking, the Red Guards are freaking awesome.
Well, did you see movies this week? I saw 2.
No, I didn't see any movies that I know of.
I saw the Super Mario Brothers movie.
How was it?
It was good. It was entertaining. It was very very fan service. It played like a video game.
Yeah, people said it's very cotton candy. I mean, it's fucking killing at the box office.
And
I mean, they're up to like $300 million in like the weekend.
It's the most, what is it? The highest grossing video game movie and the highest grossing animated opening ever.
I don't know.
Beat Toy Story, all those.
Cat Blue Albano will always be my Mario.
Oh my God.
You'd be hooked on the brothers.
But the other movie I saw, Renfield, with Nicolas Cage as Dracula.
Oh, wait, before you go into that, are you obsessed with the Peaches song yet from Mario Brothers?
Peaches.
I haven't seen the movie, but Violet showed me the video. And for a fucking week, I was just going, peaches. People are going nuts over that. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. I saw that Renfield movie.
Ooh, Renfield.
Yes, we had watched we talked about the trailer one week way back.
Yeah.
And how awesome it looks. Very high on the CGI gore. There's a lot of kill count, but the problem is they give you a lot of those over the top gory kills in the trailers.
I know,
that's killing me.
We talked about, as much as I love trailers, at the same time it's like, leave a little bit of mystery. Like, I remember the trailer. I mean, I love really well made trailers.
Yeah.
And you want to get like that little 5 seconds like, oh shit, but like at the same time, don't give away the farm. Like, I felt like Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh, yeah.
No Way Home. It's like by the time that movie came out, it was just like I knew everything that was going to be in the movie. And the best one, I think, I was thinking about this trailer-wise, was the 2 Force Awakens trailers.
Okay.
You had, a few clips. You didn't know who the fuck Rey was, who, John Boyega was. Little bit of that. You're like, you see the Falcon at the end. You're like, boom! All right, the Falcon's in it. Awesome. Second trailer. Little bit more, and then it was like, Chewie, we're home. You're like, that's all I knew walking into that movie.
Yep.
No idea. Nowadays it's like, if you've seen the second trailer, you're like, I don't even want to, like, I don't want to, I know everything about it.
Well, I mean, you knew pretty much everything about this movie. They weren't reinventing the Dracula story too much, but I love that Cage is a little bit campy, but not so over the top that you're just like, oh, Jesus Christ. And it made it fun. I mean, I love in the beginning they do this, they tell the Renfield backstory.
Yeah.
And they shoot it just like they fucking shoot the Bela Lugosi Dracula.
Oh.
All black and white, cropped. And I'm telling you, they made Nick Cage to look like fucking Bela Lugosi.
Yeah, I heard an interview with Nick Cage, or somebody talking about like the 2 characters he's always wanted to play in movies was Superman and Dracula. And now he got Dracula. He almost got Superman.
Yeah.
Which would have been an interesting take if you've ever seen that doc.
And it all made sense, this movie, because, like, all the gory kill shots were there. But it's a Kirkman movie.
Yes.
So you get that, like, invincible, crazy fucking people blowing up, heads blowing up,
over the top
gory, which I love. And like one of the best things, it was me and Kat, and for like the first 5 minutes of the movie, her and I were the only two in the theater. And then these two guys walk in, and like we're at the front, the back section, the front with the little bar,
where
the handicap seats are in front of you.
It's my favorite.
And those guys come in and they sit in the front section, back row, and it was like, and I kept laughing so loud. You don't want to go to a horror movie with me because when you get those like crazy kills, I laugh hysterically.
Well, you know what's coming out this weekend is Evil Dead Rise.
Yes,
we should go see that. I'm dying to see it.
I'll give Evil Dead a rise.
Rise. From what I hear, have you ever seen the Fede Alvarez one yet? God damn, late to the party with that one.
That's me, late to the party. I'm sorry.
Send me a freaking. Yeah, it's all. That's another one we got to cut down. Yeah. I mean,
I'll watch it before I go see that the new one.
That's a streameroo.
And I told Kate,
Renfield for me.
Yeah, Kate told me, she's like, I don't really have any desire to see the Evil Dead movie, and I was like, I can respect that. I was like, but it's not a sequel to the Evil Dead movies. It's just another story involving the Necronomicon.
Yeah, somebody else gets a Necronomicon, and that's how the Fede Alvarez one was. And you talk about Kirkman over the top gore. I mean, that movie is like...
And that was all practical effects, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't CGI shit.
No, it was like... Fede Alvarez has done, besides that Evil Dead remake, he's done, if you're a horror fan of, like, Don't Breathe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what... Don't Breathe and Don't Breathe 2. Don't Breathe 2. Don't Bother. I like to call it.
Don't Bother to.
Don't Bother to. But Don't Breathe, the first one is really good. He's made some really good movies. And he's doing the new Alien movie too. So all big ups on that. So yeah, I'll check out the Streamy. But I think this weekend, since I'm a kid-free weekend, I might go see Evil Dead Rise just because it looks freaking insane. So yeah,
well, that's out, and we said the Pope's Exorcist is out, and
Pass It
Renfield
On.
Pope's Exorcist, Pass It On, are the new ones. So
yeah, there's some good movies out there, man. A lot of stuff out there. A lot of content.
You know what I really want to know about?
Sure.
Watch the musician from the big rock band. Now he just looks like a big fat ham. It's time for Greg's music news.
It's time for Greg. It's time for Greg's sweaty boobs.
Memories indeed, everybody.
See, I brought it back around at the beginning of the show with your sweaty boobs and putting in your AC.
That's right.
Before you went to AC.
That's right. It's ACB, as my cousin Mike said on my bachelor party. Go see a lot of ACB.
ACB?
Atlantic City boobs. we went to...
I went for a blowjob. I was just suck my dick.
For $110, you can fuck in the ass, the pussy, whatever you want. Talk about alcohol poisoning. Anyway, kids, lot of music that came out.
Yes.
Single-wise, and it's funny because I did start, one of the ones that we mentioned last week that I never listened to, I put it on there, and that Jonas Brothers song, Waffle House.
Okay.
Fucking catchy as shit, man.
Yeah.
I put it on the playlist. I'm like, I like this song.
I was playing it for my students.
Yeah, it's really good. So, and there's a new thing I've been doing on the playlist. I did it for one or two bands on this, is that there's a lot of trailers. There's a lot of singles out from established bands that are garbage. So instead of putting that new one on, I put a good one on.
Oh.
I call it palate cleansing. It's like,
for what band?
Well, one of the first ones that did come out, if I look through my Discover, is there is Public Image Limited.
Oh.
Has a new song out.
Johnny Rotten got to pay the bills.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, they're looking to tour and all that stuff, and it sucks.
Oh God!
There's one, and I mean, it does. You know what it is?
Punks don't age gracefully.
Yeah, like there's that, and there's another band, which I did put the new song on only because it's classic. I didn't palate cleanse that one, but for Public Image Limited, I mean, I talked about that documentary that they had on Amazon about it was Johnny Rotten, but they don't talk anything about Sex Pistols. It's all PIL. And I forgot how great that band was and how innovative they were. But this new song, it doesn't even sound like Johnny Rotten. It doesn't have that snarl. It doesn't. Now listen when the vocals come in. It's just like,
Welcome to Pension. Welcome to Pension.
Okay, I'm good. Welcome to Penge.
So I put the first Public Image Limited song. Public Image. That one's great. So yeah, if you want to give that one a shot. Another one that I saw that I put on the playlist. It's not a great song.
Right.
And same thing. Like, it doesn't sound like the band. And music wise it does, but like vocals. Hey kids, Dead Milkmen have a new song out.
What?
Yeah. It's called Grandpa's Not a Racist. He just voted for one. And it's funny. It's good. But when you listen to the singer's vocals, like the guitar player and the singer always had that distinct harmony,
right?
That I loved. This one, I don't hear it. I hear the goofy lyrics.
They're coming for his Jesus. They're coming for his gun. They're coming for his Jesus. They're coming for his gun. They're coming for his Jesus. There's a lot of bullshit when he's hitting the rock, but we know Grandpa's not a racist. He just
It doesn't, like, you always had that, I went up here like this, and then, he's like, that. I put it on there just because the lyrics are funny, and we do have other Dead Milkmen songs on, because I put the thing that only eats hippies.
That's right.
Listen to that. That's a palate cleanser.
Spit my out.
Yeah, so they have a new single out. Another one that came out, more the national. There's one, Ghost, our pals Ghost.
Another Ghost song?
Yeah, but it's a cover, and
it's okay.
I'm kind of pissed off, only because it's a song I always wanted to cover as my own, and I was like, they do a cover of Jesus He Knows Me. It's a Genesis song.
Wow.
Like a later Genesis song, like I Can't Dance fucking Genesis song. When you listen to the original, it has like a it's like heavy, and I'm like, it's got like a chug to it.
It's called the original, Do It For Jesus.
Jesus He Knows Me.
Okay.
The Genesis one, it's got like a kind of a chug to it, and you're like, that would be a great metal song, like a metal cover of it. And goddamn, Ghost did it, and they do it freaking awesome. Now that's the original, yeah. Like, wait, it starts kicking into the verse. Nice. Yeah, just catch the verse. It's like, God damn. Dude, it's such a good cover. I'm like, God damn it. And the video. Watch the video.
Oh, fuck.
I did put it on the
I'm now more than ever I want to get tickets to that Ghost show, and I'm wondering, do I care if I have to sit up top in nosebleed sections?
Dude,
they're like $50 for tickets for Ghost and Amon Amarth.
Look, when you go see a Ghost show, like we saw one a couple of years ago, you don't have to be close. They have such a show. It's like an Iron Maiden show.
Right.
You could be in the way top. Doesn't matter. When I saw them last, I wasn't super close, and they were amazing. And Amon Amarth, I mean, all you have to do is look on the floor and watch everybody row. That's all you really need.
Yeah.
Once they get the back into the oar, I mean, well, we should look at it just because they have a covers EP coming out, Ghost.
Oh.
I did put it on the Hey Pal with.
So that means they'll probably do some of those songs on the tour.
Oh yeah, I mean I forgot that Ghost does a couple of covers already, and they're putting out like a little EP of some. I forget some of the other songs they're covering, but I heard this was the first single, Jesus He Knows Me, and I'm like, son of a bitch, they're doing that. That is such a good. I always wanted to cover that with that chug. So that is one I definitely put on the playlist. You got to listen to that and watch the video, because the video is freaking crazy. Like when you read the lyrics and you read the lyrics, man.
Read the lyrics.
Yeah. Other than that, there's a few other singles. My boys in Seven Dust have a new song.
Isn't that the band that opened up for you?
Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, good old Seven. We had played that tour. I think we had talked about it on the pod. Yeah. It was just like, some band. It's their first album out. They're called Seven Dust. You want them to open for you? Be like, yeah, give them $50. And they fucking destroyed.
Oh my God.
They have a new song out. It's more of the same. It's not something crazy about it. But, still, I mean, those guys are the coolest. I mean, one of my favorite rock star moments was opening for them, after the fact. And we switched it, obviously. Right. They blew up, and we, kind of like with Life Agony. and we had played a show, and this was back when we had Brian as the guitar player for a brief period, and we opened up for Seven Dust, and fun fact is that Seven Dust's manager was JJ French from Twisted Sister.
Oh.
Now, we didn't know he was there, and we did a cover of I Want to Rock at the end of our set.
Yeah.
And we're like, and Lejean, who's the singer, and Morgan, who's the drummer, Southern hospitality, cool as shit guys. Right? Now, when they opened up for us, they had like a fucking van, you know?
Right.
Cut to a year later, we're playing at 7 Willow Street. It's packed. We open up, and we get off. We did our set, and we're like, all right, we had a good set. And we always finished with a goofy cover at the end, so we did I Want to Rock.
Right.
And then Lejean's like, hey, man, you guys are so fucking good, man. I love you, shit. And we're like, oh, thanks. He goes, you didn't know that JJ French, he's our manager. And we're like, yeah, we got it. He goes, he was here, and he watched your cover. And we're like, oh, fuck. Because we weren't, we did it, goofy.
Over the top,
If you look on YouTube, we did one with Captain Albano, but that's a whole other story. So we're like, oh, shit. Well, what did he say? And he was like, he thought it was good. He thought it was, tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff. We're like, oh, phew, thank God. And he goes to us and goes, hey, guess what? Because they got that soul and hospitality. They're like, hey, guess what? We got a copy of that Pam and Tommy Lee video on the tour bus. You want to go check it out? And we're like, back then, nobody had it. We're like, fuck yeah, let's go. So, and JJ was there, and we're on the bus, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm on a tour bus with JJ French, Seven Dust, watching Tommy Lee fuck Pam Anderson. I'm like, if you would have told me that when I was 13 years old, I would have been like,
no,
keep drinking. Like, stop. That is the most rock star moment
I'm going to be hanging out with Twisted Sister, watching Tommy Lee fuck Pam Anderson.
When fat little Greg in his freaking crooked glasses with his skin tight Stay Hungry t-shirt was like, someday I'm going to be on a tour bus with one of the guys watching the drummer from Motley Crue bang some with his huge So anyway, Seven Dust has the song out, and then last but not least, we'll do it this way, one from a thrash band that has never disappointed. I think they have like 20 something records out. Overkill. Hey kids, Overkill has a new song.
Overkill's back.
They're back. They have like 20 something more of the it's Overkill, man. I mean, I've loved them since the beginning. They have 20. I think I counted when I was on, because I said, how many fucking albums does Overkill have? It's still the same singer and Dee Dee Verney. Also we opened up for Overkill.
Jeez.
And as I'm setting up, this is a quick one. We're ready to start. And Overkill, I've followed them since '84. Now we're opening up for him. And then there's Bobby Blitz, right? Standing there with his wife beater on like this. And he's like, hey, man, you guys going on now? We're like, yeah. And he goes, you ready to rock and roll? And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Sure. I'll. And we're playing Jaded, that song. We're like, and there's freaking doing the nod. Like,
all right, I approve.
Yeah, he's like, all right, you guys got some skills. But he was like, you ready to rock and roll? I'm like, yes, Bobby, I think I am. I was just
so like, with Overkill, you get what you get.
You get what you get, and you don't get upset.
That's right.
And
it doesn't
pure 80s thrash.
Good.
Can't go wrong. On the flip side, Metallica has a new record out.
Well,
right.
You want us? That was last night. Mm-hmm. While we were watching Renfield.
Yeah.
At the same time is the Fathom event Metallica listening party. And there's all these fucking people at the movie theater.
Really?
To watch the listening party for the new Metallica album.
Really?
Yep.
Well,
all in Metallica shirts and everything like that at the movie theater.
Look, I put something on our Hey Pal, What's New Facebook page. They played.
You.
Why?
Because he loves the new album.
Look, it's not bad. It's not. It isn't all Brad either. I mean, I'll defend Metallica to the day is long, right? Sure, in the beginning. And it was funny because I did watch something, one of those shows on YouTube about ranking the Metallica records.
Right.
And it was perfect. This one guy, I wish I can give him a shout out. He broke down, including this new album. Now, it's called 72 Seasons.
Yeah.
Which, if you know the reason for that, is James explained how, from 0 to 18 years old, you have 72 seasons to figure out who you are as a person. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool, Some songs on it. I love the first single, Lux Eterna. I thought it was a good old school British, new wave of British heavy metal kind of throwback. Rest of the album is kind of more the same. It's not bad. It's not I mean, look, I'll defend Saint Anger. I'll defend Lulu. There's some songs on those records that fucking rule, know. And I put a clip of Jimmy Kimmel. They were on and they played songs, and they even did this thing where they were like master of puppets, and they were
playing toy instruments,
like puppeteers.
Oh, okay.
Where Lars comes out and they do the story of Metallica, but as puppets. And I'm just like, and everyone's like, oh man, I spit like a fool. That's not the Metallica I listen to. I'm like, look,
it's like a blowjob. There's no such thing as a bad blowjob.
They're in their 60s. They're having the fucking time of their lives.
Yeah,
and
alone.
They're playing, and let me tell you, they played on Howard Stern, and because they always do for every album. I don't know why they blow Howard Stern. That, and he was on. They were on Jimmy Kimmel, and they did Master of Puppets.
Okay,
that fucking band, they are live flawless. Like they don't miss a fucking beat. It's disgusting. Goof on Lars all you want. I've grown fond of Lars.
I'd love to
over
hear the
years.
fucking soundboard of that band.
Dude, the soundboard it's fucking impeccable. There's no fucking tracks on that. James learned, over the years, everybody's like, Fight Fire with Fire and, Master of Puppets. Sure, those albums are phenomenal. That is made by a band that were 20 years old, full of piss and vinegar and Heineken. You ain't getting that no more.
No.
And it's funny, once you get to the Black Album, then they went from the fast kind of weird, like thrashy stuff to more of a groove band.
Right.
They have riffs for days.
Right.
They have riffs for days. You could sing along to any, that song, That's the band they are now. You're never going to get, Cliff's not coming out of the grave.
You're not going to get Dave Mustaine back.
No, they're not going to start drinking again. Leave them the fuck alone.
And it's funny because I read an article, and I didn't know this, that like when years later, which wasn't too long ago, when Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax were torn together as like the freaking the metal bands.
The Big Four.
Yeah. That I guess Dave Mustaine came out on stage with Metallica and played with them.
Yeah, at the end of every show, they all came out and did "Am I Evil?"
Yeah,
they're all
so they're fine.
Yeah, I mean, as we all know, as you get older, time heals all wounds. You're just like, Megadeth, it ain't no fucking slouch.
Well, you know what? I still say fuck you, Butch Smith.
Butchie,
fuck yourself, you fucking Red Mills running, hanging out all day, redneck.
Yeah, that's right. You took a fucking look. You never mess with a bunch of fucking punks with steel-toe boots with nothing to lose.
I don't have anything to lose.
We fucking smacked the shit out of that.
So is that your music?
That is it, man.
Well,
so
I got one music.
Oh, yeah.
I sent this to you after the last show. I sent you this because it happened to come up. I always listen to what we talked about on the show that I didn't already know on my ride home from your place, and then I was like, it starts playing other stuff, and I'm like, wait, what? And it was a Dropkick Murphys and the Violent Femmes did a new song together, called "Gotta Get to Peak Skill."
And you
there's got to be a story behind that.
There has to be, because it came on like I said, same thing too. Like when you recommend stuff, that's what's great about the Sack of Sin. Well, Sack of Sin, we'll get to that, but the Hey Pal, What's New playlist is when we add these songs on here. So I listen to them on the way here to be like, oh, and then you find out fucking going to Peak Skill.
Yeah.
Big
boat, little boat, whistle and pound.
There's your Violent Femmes.
Little wheel, big wheel, roll on
His
the
voice sounds the
ground.
same.
I'll have to ride like the bald eagle
don't care if we get
flies.
kicked
I
up on
gotta
this.
get to Peak Skill, break a leg or die.
Here comes the fucking Dropkick
Break a leg
Murphys.
or die, boys, break a leg or die.
It is like a perfect fusion of the Violent Femmes and Dropkick Murphys.
And you forget, like, Violent Femmes, I mean, they're very folky.
Yeah.
And then, Dropkick is very, Irish rock,
folk.
folk. So it fits perfectly. And we talked about Dead
genius.
Milkman and fucking Johnny Fat Rotten.
Yeah.
He sounds fucking phenomenal. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe don't freaking, I don't know.
I don't know what he's gargling with, but keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, But yeah, I mean that's a ton of music, man. Ton of music.
Musician from the big rock band. Now he just looks like a big fat hand.
Air conditioning.
It's time for Greg's
Sweaty boobs.
Did my little Muppet
All
thing.
right. I think we did it again.
We sure did, man. It was a fun-filled episode of all kinds of good treats. Always a pleasure.
I kept my dick in my pants again.
Yeah.
Making progress.
Yeah, I got my freaking slides on. My toes are painted nice and black, and everything's
I got
ready
my
to go.
Hey Dudes on.
Yeah, you got your Hey Dudes on. So yeah, just to do a little house cleaning at the end of it. Once again, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. The numbers are growing. The word's getting out there, man. It's getting scary. But in a good way. Sackofsin.com. I just spoke to our man, Gary, and it looks like SOSS2
Dun, 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 dun.
Electric Boogaloo will be happening in July.
When in July?
We have to pick a date, but he basically said we got the field. We're good.
Cool.
Full, we're gonna have barbecue. We're gonna have beers. We're gonna have food trucks. We're gonna have guns and fire trucks and hookers and all kinds.
In Somers?
Yeah, and Purdy's. Yeah, I mean, how fitting that the two of us, brothers from another mother, have a sack of sin entertainment, and we're having an event in fucking Purdy's. We always talked about Purdy's. So yeah, we're just picking a date. You said we got the field, we're good, so we just have to pick a date in July, and or that's what I'm shooting for.
Sounds good to me.
I basically spoke to him, and he was like, "Yeah, man, just pick a date. You got it, full field,
And then we'll
big
have to get
field,
food trucks.
So we're gonna be setting the word out there, and we got a lot of good bands on the
We'll have to do
talent roster.
custom shirts for this show.
Oh yeah, we have to get like Purdy shirts or something like that. Stand clear to close
a little
the doors.
Metro North with the Purdy's and Sackofsin too. Oh, my fucking headphones.
We'll do a cover of that song. We'll just say we're going out to Purdy's.
Going out to Purdy's.
Yeah, so, be on the lookout for that. So, sackofsin.com. Like I said, if you go on to that, hey, man, they didn't shoot the PaPal guy, so you can donate to the podcast. Cash App, you
Mr.
might be...
PaPal.
Yeah, Johnny PaPal somehow got... But, yeah, if you go on to that, scan your QR code, donate to the podcast. Throw us a couple bucks, man. My man's making seltzer in his basement. We need money for real seltzer.
I'm making seltzer in my basement and growing my own weed. What?
That's right.
Oh.